my connection. I don't know what just happened right there. I don't normally have that problem. So I don't normally broadcast that much either. So we'll see if that's the problem or not, if it's just me broadcasting. It's me doing something. I was short of a mistake. But we're going to try this again this time. If you started watching the first part of it, you'll see that it's just a standard walkthrough. It's going to actually get you a little deeper into it, I'm hoping. Right now,
this trail ends here.
On the quest in her mother's footsteps.
If I follow its tracks, I should be able to find that spear.
We gotta follow this scrapper. My internet to reset.
Mother's cradle. Save these for the trail. The trail ends here. I'll bet it crossed the river. Better check the other side.
Grab as many of these as you can. Always grab those. These here, later on, they might be a little more important. More or less, probably the snow and fire, or the icy fire, I should say. The kiln root is the fire one. I don't remember the name of the ice one right off the top of my head.
Time to see Karst and get
There's
a trick
the shock
caster.
one, which can be a little useful as well, but not as much, I have found. Fire and frost, you really want to try and get a lot of that kind of stuff later on, but you can just as easily buy the potions because you don't use them that often. There's just a few fights where I would recommend you use them. Just because. It'll be a lot easier. A lot. There he is, way up there in all his illustrious.
Need to keep it in mind. There. Time to get that spear.
He does have to come through here.
A well-made weapon. Arana will be happy to have it back.
Alright, there's that quest. Boom, done it over there. More scrappers there. Not a scrapper heart, or a scrapper lens, I think. Oh, there it is. I don't need to get one. Cool, I'm good to go then. That's it, the freeze rim root. That's one of them that does the resistance to cold stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna drop this. It's useless to me right now, and so is this, and so is this. Everything else is pretty much handy for something. These are for upgrading, as you can see, carrying weapon satchels, things like that. This is one I highly suggest getting it at any time you can get it. The resources are freaking skinny in this. See, I can hold 30 now, and I just increased it. I was only holding 20 before. The max I've gotten it to, which is the max you can get it to, is 120. And then that's because they have things that increase your carrying capacity by such percentage, by such amount and everything, so it's like 10% or something like that. I think in the end it becomes like 20% total. It gives you an extra 20, because before that it's only 100 that you can get up to unless you have that perk as well.
My guess is he'll be waiting for me.
Someday.
There he is. Looks nervous.
This guy's cool.
Well,
cool.
Surprised you saw me. Careful there.
It's always a pain.
Is there a reason why you're acting so cranky today?
Once you run the proving and get made a brave, you'll deal with traitors in Mother's Heart. Maybe I don't like losing customers.
Traders who don't break the law and deal with outcasts, you mean?
That's right. Our days of crime will be behind us, so long as you keep quiet.
Alright, let's trade.
Last time I visited, you had a tripcaster available. Oh, I can pay. Took down a scrapper not long ago. Stripped out the lens in perfect condition.
I'll be the judge of that.
Yeah, now I gotta sell a bunch of stuff. Which it's not gonna help me much, but... Ooh, pardon me. Whoa. Dang me. Need this right here. Tripcaster. Very handy. This right here is also very handy later on.
Now that you've got yourself, my life's
Really? Will you be around later, in case I want to make another trade?
I'll be here. Same as usual, bring me the parts you harvest from any machines you hunt. The better the parts, the more shards I'll pay. Be sure to take a close look at my inventory. Who knows? Maybe I've got something that could give you an edge in the proving.
Are you worried I'm going to tell someone that you trade with outcasts?
I don't think you're the kind who talks, but you never know.
You can stop worrying. The secret's safe with me.
Yeah, that's what I figured. But I don't mind hearing it.
The only person I've ever told about our...
Yeah, well, not like he can turn me in, even if he wanted to. Law and duty sort of a man, that Rust. I don't know how you stand it.
You really don't know why he was cast out?
I've told you no. I don't think anyone knows what he did, but it must have been serious because his term is for life.
Why do you take the risk, trading with outcasts?
Every time you ask. If a big, meaningful talk is what you're after, move along.
It's because you used to be one, isn't it?
Yeah. Got caught poking around one of the metal ruins out beyond the Embrace. Matriarch said I was tainted and gave me 5 years.
What did you see in the ruins?
Nothing I can make sense of. After my shunning, I tried living back in Mother's Heart, but everyone I knew had moved on, and there were so many people everywhere I turned. I like it better out here.
I guess that concludes...
All right, and good luck in the proving.
I've got what I need. Time to meet Rost at the North Gate.
I'm not doing all the main quests, or all the side quests, I'm just doing the main quests. That'll cut back on some of the time. The setup I got does not allot chunks doing that. So I'm trying to give you guys a decent walkthrough. You can skim through and see where you're at in these different walkthroughs. We'll call this one the Nora Homelands, that way everybody knows where we're at on this. Start announcing it at the beginning of each one, roughly, somewhere around in the beginning of it. I'm going to try to a lot sooner than 10 minutes into it, obviously. That was a useless route. I don't know why I picked that up. The corruption route is useless because, you know, the corruption only hits you if you stand on it. And if you're standing still, you deserve to die. I'm going to put that out here now. Never stand still. Like, it's one thing to be doing this, get your shot ready, you know. This is a really fun way to get parts too. Go like this. Dirty savage. How dare you? Put it on the ground. Did. Good way to get wire right here. Sparker. Sparker is important. Wire more so.
Definitely not scrap.
Run. Do not run. You're not gonna run. Sweet. Bring it on. I love getting wire from these guys. They're pretty easy to take out too. They're not like super hard to handle, so it's kind of nice to get this stuff early on in the game, because that wire, you never have too much wire later on in this game. Never. It's very important. Okay, you want a piece of me, horse? I see you over there staring at me. You want a piece? Come here. Piece of this? Get that's important stuff right there. Herbs. I love herb. Good save.
Oh, mother be praised. Aloy's back. With the first when I first called it.
Yeah,
Your mother.
I'll never.
Thank you.
Well, you didn't.
When I.
Okay, now you obtained the spear. And now your spear is actually better. A little bit, slightly. Not much, but better. Anyway. These are all the modifications and stuff, but you'll find lots of these. Trading stuff. Alright, let's see what's next here. We have Gatherer, which is important. Concentration, which is important. The hunter's reflexes I really like, because even if you're standing on flat ground, if you just jump straight up, it slows down time. It's kind of like an additional concentration. And silent strike. Silent strike is very, very important. Critical hit, I think we're going to go for next, because that allows me to down a bigger, or down a target and then kill them instantly instead of having to waste a little extra time swinging at them. But what we're going to essentially work forward to, and these are the ones you really want to get in the end of this, or towards the end of it, of course. You want Tinker towards the end of the game. It's not an important one at the beginning, but towards the end, remember, you want to get Tinker. So don't go frugally and towards like level 30. You want it before you hit a level 30 for sure. Other than that, our next one we're going to go for, balanced aim. This was pretty good. Lets you aim from ropes and stuff. It's pretty handy stuff, somewhat, not entirely, but there are some situations where that does come in handy. Strike from above, also another really good one we're going to go for. But I think before we get into that, we are going to go for, these right here. This double shot. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to get this heavy lifter next, and then I got to save up for this double shot. Essentially what we want is the triple shot at the end of this. Now, a lot of people are like, why would you? That's not going to be very accurate, but it's really accurate for 3 arrows. But later on in the game, sometimes that additional pop can really give you the upper hand in a combat situation. Numerous times I've been in situations where if I only was dealing a third of the damage off the bat that I would normally do, the fight would be a lot longer than what it is. Later on, there are enemies that it takes quite a bit to kill them, but if you load in 3 of those shots of certain arrows that you get later on, it is an all-out massacre. We are talking all-out massacre. You hit them once, they're dead. You switch up and nail somebody else, and they're done for too. Other than that, fight back, I really don't see a point in. If you let your health get that low, you're crazy. I get it if you're out of meds, but at that point, you don't want to be trying to get real close up and personal with a lot of monsters. You want to try and keep your distance. So that one's kind of useless. Other than that, we're going to definitely be worrying about these here for sure. This whole column here. And then we may go into a little more depth into getting some of these other ones here after a bit, but for right now we're going to work on getting the double shot and the triple shot, and then Tinker, and then the rest of them we'll work on as we get. Eventually you do get all these perks, so don't worry about, oh well, what if I don't want to get that perk and I really want this perk? Well, you'll have them both, so don't worry about it. It's just going to take you a lot longer. These are the ones that I recommend getting first. Some are different. Some people's are the same. I actually looked it up. There's a guy that's using one similar to mine. I don't know what order he does his in, but he wanted to do them like this. I started out with concentration. That's a very important one for me. That was the first one that I got, and then I moved on to Hunter's Reflexes, Silent Strike, and then I got the critical hit. Here recently was the last one. Gatherer, I don't remember when I got that. Was somewhere between this one here and this one here, but yeah, Gatherer is kind of nice just for the fact that you get a little extra from gathering off of plants and stuff, and Scavenger will do the same thing for you, but this is the one you really Scavenger Plus. That's a really nice one. But yeah, we're gonna get right back into it, dude. Point of the spear. Now, this is a main quest. Oh, look. Walker with a limb. I love that.
Okay.
Boom. Done for. See, there's something that takes wire. There's another set of arrows that takes wires later on.
Whatever they're hunting out there doesn't sound easy.
You have the fire arrows.
I do. Those explosions and shouts beyond the embrace. Is that the trouble you were talking about?
You will know soon enough. Until then, we wait for dark.
Wait for dark?
Perhaps.
Still a while to go before dark. I guess I'll get some rest.
Good idea. There'll be no time for sleep tonight.
Save at the campfire. We'll go ahead and do a hard save on this one. Screw it, we'll do this one.
That carcass.
Through.
What sort of beast was that?
The tribe calls it a sawtooth. And it's something new. Something angry. Since they first started appearing 10 years ago, they have killed many bright. Follow the path. It's not far.
That cabin. What happened to it?
A machine, that's why.
What sort of machine does that?
The sort of machine you're hunting now.
I'll watch your carcass. I'll harvest the parts.
Watch your surroundings. Won't be much farther now.
Why are we the only ones out here tonight? Why can't the tribe's braves hunt this machine?
They did. The kills we've passed are theirs. Tomorrow, they will hunt again.
They won't need to. This machine will be my kill.
Or your death, if you're not careful.
An entire lodge wrecked by sawtooths? How many were there?
I didn't bring you here to answer questions, Aloy. I brought you here to deal with that.
I should stay out of sight. I can use the tall grass to approach. Okay, let's see. Where can I place my traps? It's on me.
Whoop, this is not how I wanted this to go down. Come on, buddy. Come on. You. Good. And another critical strike. Oh, Christ. Didn't want that to happen.
They're hidden.
That is how you deal with a sawtooth. Okay, I don't care who you are in the beginning of this game. That is how you need to deal with this sawtooth. Use your trip caster like
to
a
answer questions.
freaking frag grenade, man. Screw it. Stick,
Survival
hit him.
requires
Stick,
perfection.
hit
It
him.
was a
Stick,
test to hone my
hit
skills against a
him. Done.
dangerous new
You
machine.
shock him, you stick him, you shock him, you stick him.
Follow.
Do not try to attack this thing head on or you will die. I'm going to tell you that right now. If you just try to go out there and you try to be all Rambo with it, it's going to kill you.
These are Nora hunting lands.
You go out there
Those
and
be
you try to
protected.
think too much, and it's going to
If you
kill
hadn't
you.
destroyed the sawtooth, how many braves might it have killed or
Because when you
injured
start
tomorrow?
thinking too much, you start panicking when things
Lesson
don't go right. And
is
this
within
thing
the
knows
question,
nothing go
Aloy.
right. The only way you can
For
do it is
years,
the way
you've
I
trained to win
just
the proving,
did it.
but only
Take
for
your
yourself.
tripcaster and you nail this thing
brave,
over
it will
and
be your
over
duty
again.
to fight for
I
your
have
tribe.
tested
My
this
tribe?
many a times. It works on
You
multiple
said I wouldn't
creatures
need them.
that are not fun.
But I never said the tribe wouldn't need you. The strength to stand alone, Aloy, is the strength to make a stand. To serve a purpose greater than yourself. That is the lesson you must learn. And remember it. After the proving. And after I'm gone. We're finished here. Follow. Dawn has passed. This was an outcast. When it is time,
See you.
I'll see you at Mother's Heart.
you will.
All right, now we're in the Mother's Heart. Oh, that's kind of cool. I had to test something as my theory was totally wrong. I really hate poking the game with you just getting back. There's a hog somewhere. Oh, hog killed the watcher. There's this animal there. You better watch it. I'm not tear you up. In real life, I would hunt you out every one bit. I don't care what these machines are. You get a wild hog fired up, and he's ready to rock.
Mine now.
You did. What? That is a very handy one to have. This is another really handy one to have. That not so much. Resource satchel, again, very needed there. Weapon satchel, we're going to go ahead and increase that once there at least. That way, I can hold a little more here because I like a good selection. Take it all. Get it. Now I can make 40 of these arrows. That's important. Very important. Because you do use a lot of arrows.
Save this for later.
You're good. How you doing? Next.
Good meat.
So, it's time. Are you ready?
Yes, I guess. It's louder than I expected.
You've never been so close before.
I guess everything's bigger up close.
Soon it'll all seem familiar. Like home.
I don't know about that.
Look for High Matriarch Tirsa. She'll help you. Any other concerns?
Any final lessons before I head in?
No. You've learned every lesson the Wilds have to teach.
It was you who taught me, not the Wilds. Not sure my bow and spear will be much help in there, though.
It is with bow and spear that you'll win what you've wanted all these years, Aloy.
I'm ready to do this.
Dying here, sorry.
See you back home in a few days?
You will not find me there, Aloy. Here. Take this. Remember.
Why are you talking like we'll never see each other again? No. No!
You should be with the tribe. And I will always be an outcast.
But I told you, I have that figured out. I'll come to you in secret. I'll be the one breaking the law, not you. You don't even have to talk to me.
This attachment to me will only hold you back. It's my wish that you embrace the tribe. You've lived in isolation long enough.
Until now, I didn't.
For your sake, I must go where you will never find me. This is goodbye.
I see. I'm glad to have this then. It will remind me of you, of everything you did, and how you helped prepare me for this day.
Thank you.
Heavier than it looks. But the cord is strong.
May All Mother bless you, Aloy.
And you. How could he do this? The day of all days. I have to keep my mind on the proving.